Babbit. It was a bad shooting. My father can tell you that. Anybody.
It's a terrible thing.
I don't know if you know this, but the Department of Justice right now is still kind of fighting that case. The family of Ashli Babbit is suing the government, wrongful death. The DOJ right now officially is still opposing that lawsuit, trying to justify it. Shouldn't that be something that can just be settled at this point?
Well, I'll look into that. I mean, you're just telling me that for the first time. I haven't heard that. I'm a big fan of Ashli Babbit, okay? And Ashli Babbit was a really good person who was a big MAGA fan, Trump fan, and she was innocently standing there. They even say trying to sort of hold back the crowd. And a man did something to her that was unthinkable when he shot her. And I think it's a disgrace. I'm going to look into that. I did not know that, no.
And the officer who shot her, Michael Byrd, is still on duty. They gave him a raise, and they gave him a medal, and I believe a promotion.
I think it's a disgrace.
He's a federal employee. Would you or could you do something
I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to look at that too. His reputation was, I won't even say, let's find out about his reputation, okay? We're going to find out. But I watched that and I saw that. And by the way, she was killed, but nobody else was killed. And you know, the people that went down there, they had no guns. They didn't have guns. There was something to do with the FBI. There was something to do with Antifa and others, and it wasn't mentioned. And there's never been a group of people, I think, with the exception of maybe over the years, a couple of groups were treated pretty harshly, but essentially never treated so badly. And as you know, I let them out with pardons. I know you were very happy. I watch your show all the time. You were extremely happy about it. And plenty of other people were too. People don't realize this whole movement that we have is just it's a very inspiring thing, what's happened to our country. These people are incredible people. They were treated so unfairly, so horribly. Some of them didn't even go into the building. And the judges, the system, the hatred, the vitriol, the prosecutors, the way they wanted to destroy these people would go in and they'd be so proud to go before court, and they'd have a good lawyer, and they'd walk out of court like devastated the way they were treated, devastated, given years in prison.
Glad you're with us on this Monday. Well, the Trump administration is set to pay nearly $5 million to settle a lawsuit brought by the family of Ashli Babbit. She's the rioter fatally shot by police during the January 6 attack on our Capitol. The lawsuit accused the Capitol police officer who shot her of negligence. Justice Department cleared him of criminal wrongdoing. President Trump pardoned nearly all of the 1,500 people charged in connection with the January 6th attack.
What up, folks? It's Trails. We back. Welcome. And make sure you hit that like and you hit that subscribe. And we got some news from ABC News. Ashli Babbit news. Ashli Babbitt's family to receive $5 million in settlement with the Trump administration. Sources. The Trump administration is set to pay out nearly $5 million to settle a lawsuit brought by the family of Ashli Babbit, a rioter fatally shot during the January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Sources familiar with the matter confirmed to ABC News on Monday. The settlement will resolve a $30 million lawsuit brought by the Babbitt's estate and the conservative group Judicial Watch alleging the Capitol police officer who shot her as she attempted to breach a broken window of the House Speaker lobby was negligent in his duties. The Washington Post first reported news on the settlement amount. The Justice Department in April 2021 announced that it had cleared U.S. Capitol Police Lieutenant Michael Byrd of any criminal wrongdoing in the shooting. After an investigation revealed no evidence, he did not reasonably believe that it was necessary to do so in self-defense or in defense of the members of Congress and others evacuating the House chamber. A separate investigation by the U.S. Capitol Police further found Byrd's actions were lawful and within department policy, and that he would not face internal discipline. The actions of the officer in the case potentially saved members and staff from serious injury and possible death from a large crowd of rioters who forced their way into the U.S. Capitol, into the House chamber where members of staff were steps away, USCP said in an August 2021 statement. USCP officers had barricaded the Speaker's lobby with furniture before a rioter shattered the glass door. If the doors were breached, the rioters would have immediate access to the House chambers. The officers' actions were consistent with the officers' training and USCP policy and procedures. It was not immediately clear whether the settlement would require the Justice Department to amend its public stance on Babbitt's shooting or admit fault on part of Lieutenant Byrd or the Capitol Police. A DOJ spokesperson and attorneys for Babbitt estate did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger said in a statement to ABC News that he is extremely disappointed and disagree with the settlement. In 2021, the DOJ investigation determined no wrongdoing by police. This settlement sends a chilling message to law enforcement nationwide, especially to those with protective mission like ours, he said. Officials in recent weeks confirmed to a federal judge they had reached an agreement in principle to settle the lawsuit, which was filed during the Biden administration, though they did not disclose the terms of the pending settlement. Trump has repeatedly cited Babbitt's death as part of his broader vocal support of rioters who stormed the Capitol seeking to overturn his 2020 election loss. Major L, by the way. Trump pardoned nearly all of the approximate 1,500 individuals charged in connection with the January 6th attack as one of his first acts in office, in a proclamation that described the Justice Department's investigation into the riot as a grave national injustice. Following the pardons, Manger said in a memo to Capitol Police that the move let violent criminals who attack police officers off the hook, and that such criminals should be met with consequences, condemnation, and accountability. In March, Trump said in an interview with Newsmax that he wasn't aware of the ongoing lawsuit brought by the Babbitt family, but promised he would look into it. I'm a big fan of Ashli Babbit, okay? And Ashli Babbit was a really good person who was a big MAGA fan, Trump fan, and she was innocently standing there. They even say trying to sort of hold back the crowd, Trump said. And a man did something unthinkable to her when he shot her, and I think it's a disgrace. I'm going to look into that. I did not know that. And that's the end of the article. And the next thing you know, her family got $5 million because she decided to break into the Capitol because somebody lost an election. No type of accountability. These are all my opinions now. I think it's a disgrace and a waste of taxpayer funding and money when there were already two separate investigations that proved that he not only went by the books, but he did nothing wrong. And for someone else to turn around and supersede the rule of law because their feelings make them believe what they want to believe about something, not respect the process that they want everyone else to respect, is ridiculous. And it's a disservice to not only the country, but the rule of law itself. And Trump is a tyrant. He's always been a tyrant. I've always said that. I've always gotten flack for saying it. And this right here is another great reason why there's no support for the Trump administration coming from me, because of this type of situation here where you supersede justice, because it favors you. It favors what you believe, not what the rule of law says, not wrongdoing. You get what I'm saying? And that erodes what we're supposed to have, which is called meritocracy. We don't have that. We have two divisionary political groups who are fueled to just go after each other back and forth while the country never achieves anything, ever gets anything done, and then turns around and depends on China to do everything for them. It's lazy. Everyone is lazy. It's disrespectful. And it's pretty horrible. We're going to go ahead and get a couple comments, and then we'll be done with this one. So become a traitor to your country and your family could be millionaires. I don't like the Republican American values. Yeah. Or call a child the N-word and become a millionaire. You know, this is America 2025. That money should go directly to Brian Sicknick's family. Ashley was the only person that was killed that day, shot dead by a trigger-happy cop who had been disciplined just before that. Had Nancy Pelosi done her job, none of that would have happened. Her words. Listen to her video made by her daughter in the car later that day. That's a stupid one. This is a free handout. If went to trial, it would have been thrown out on summary judgment. What a joke. My tax dollars are not meant to reward traitors and insurrectionists. And that's another thing. Why is there a settlement? Why is this not going to trial to see if it could be a zero thing? Because the rule of law has been superseded by the Trump administration's personal feelings on the situation. You get what I'm saying? That's what I call a fragility moment. And this causes erosion and degradation of everything in the long run, because nobody's going to respect anything coming from a person that is willing to overrule, overturn, settle, disappropriate, and distribute, detain, deport, do whatever they want, regardless of the flack and regardless on the country's overall feelings of it. He's going to catch a major L. Why is the person who attacked the Capitol and attacked an officer getting a settlement? She got exactly what she deserved for her actions. This woman was a criminal. Deadly force was not necessary. That force uses which he or she knows should not create substantial risk of death or serious bodily harm. Its use is justified under conditions of extreme necessity when all lesser means have failed and cannot be reasonably employed. Not verbatim, but the gist. He saved no one and killed an innocent woman with excessive, unnecessary force. And I'm going to dislike that one too. We're going to end this one here because I'm running short on time. I got a couple things I got to do. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Did Trump get this wrong? Is he overreaching? This lawsuit to hurry up and settle to benefit the family because of their support for him? And it's definitely horrible. Or do you agree with the Trump administration as far as this situation? Let me know what you think. But first and foremost, make sure you hit that like and you hit that subscribe. That's it for this one, and like always, you know what it is. Deuces.